if you're looking to find out how many searches there are in Google for obviously home moving and what's my house worth, sell my house, that type of keyword, then stay tuned. We're going to be covering 3 areas of the UK. So Norfolk, UK, Suffolk, UK, and Essex, the UK. We're going to be basically looking for basically what's been happening in terms of Google search, whether there's ups and downs and, uh, negatives and positives of Google search. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to take you through behind the scenes of a Google ad account, which is the keyword planner. And then I'm going to show you if you're an agent in Norfolk, if you're an estate agent in Suffolk, or if you're an estate agent in Essex, the UK, because I know there are other Norfolks, Suffolks, and Essexes. Yes, there are across the globe. So I want to make sure that this is obviously relevant to you. We're going to be covering the UK. Okay. And so let me bring you through to the Google Keyword Planner. So this is obviously a free tool that you get within Google. It basically shares with you, before we take on a client, we basically want to make sure that there is volume. There are people using Google to actually look to move home and that sort of thing. And I want to share with you the areas that we're covering today are just these areas here. So just for transparent Pete, they call me. Yes. So Norfolk, Suffolk, and Essex. Okay, so I got an A star in geography. So no other part of the UK is being included in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start from the top, shall we? So we'll start from the actual top of this list, but the bottom here. So we're going to cover this area here. Now we've got an actual tool that enables you to get this on a very localized level. So if you would like this report done for your local town area, then message me and message me your town area, and I'll do you a video and I'll send it over to you by messenger of the search volumes in your area. So let's go, shall we? So we've got obviously different areas here. Reach is a little bit of an important metric here because obviously it tells us about volume. So Essex has got 2.5 million. Norfolk's got 1.1 million, and Suffolk's not too far behind at 1 million. Okay, so we're going to get rid of any of these here now. We're going to go straight to Essex. Okay, going to search, and it's basically going to just bring in the data. And now obviously the dates are August to 22, August 22 to July 2023. So we started off at 3,000. These are stats, but they're people. They're people that have gone to Google. How many times people have gone to Google in August last year, for instance, and typed in, you know, house prices. What's my house worth? That type of phrase. Okay, very generic, but I don't want to give out the barn here. But we in just the Essex area last year in August, we got 3,380 people or did a Google search to find out what their house is worth. That obviously dropped, obviously because of the seasonality behind it. Obviously October it dropped down to 2,600 people. Okay, people or searches, shall we say? Because obviously sometimes people search more than once, so I get that. But IP addresses are all recollected and obviously discounted for duplicates and that sort of thing. It's all with the AI bots and that sort of stuff. It all works off. But it peaked at 3,900 people in January. So and all we're doing, boys and girls, is just getting you found when someone does a Google search. That's it. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. And now at the moment, as of July this year, it's 2,360 people did a Google search for what's my house worth. So if you're not being found in those spaces, then you're missing out on an opportunity. Now you might get it elsewhere through other platforms, but if you don't get found when someone does that, then there's less chances that if they did click on an ad or an organic, it's usually banks that get found or Rightmove and Zoopla and that sort of thing. So you might get it, you might not. But if you want to have sort of a repeatable system, then you need to be found for that. So anyway, digressing. If you would like information about this, then reach out to us. Let me know. So that's Essex. That's Essex. Let's go Suffolk next. 1 million. So just this whole blue area here again, obviously you won't cover this area, but this is just giving you a, is it worth me doing Google ads, or is it worth me doing something with Google? Because there are, obviously it's an indication of whether people are looking. And we don't just do it for, we do it across the country. We had a really strange inquiry the other day, and we basically said, we did this step to find out whether there was anyone searching for this brown widget that someone asked us to put on Google, and we strangely found that there was search for it, so it did make sense for them to do Google ads, which is pretty cool. So let's go save. Okay, so a little bit less, 1,400 people last August did a Google search for how much is my house worth, what's my house worth, property values, and that sort of thing in their area. And then it dipped, obviously, followed the same path. 1,000 searches last, like 1,000 people. Still a lot of people did a Google search in that big area. I mean, it's a big area, so obviously, we know that you're not going to cover most of it. We increased, obviously, we get the January bump. Everyone says to me, "Oh, trying to tell me something," but not. We're just telling you the stats. 1,700 searches last in January. Obviously, it's gone down, but we're looking at still 1,000 people did a Google search for property values, house, what's my house worth, that type of thing. So that's 1,000 people that are thinking about selling or in the journey of doing a Google search, because obviously they're not looking for holidays at that point at the moment, because obviously it's in the moment. But 1,000 people, so 1,000 people indicated they were looking at what their house is valued at. So opportunities there, boys and girls, all over the place on that one. And then I'm not expecting much on this one, to be fair. However, I don't want to jinx it. Let's have a look. So, okay, 1,800 last August. So this year, or year on year. That 1,800 again to January. Obviously, there was a 51% increase from December, which was still 1,200 people did a Google search, and then 1,200 now. So that's 1,200 people that did a Google search for what's my house worth, property values, and that sort of thing. And just to be 100% clear, give you, like, they're using this tool here. They're going to Google and typing in what's my, I don't know, they've done that type, not that particular search itself, but they've done a search to find out what their house is worth and that sort of thing. So hopefully that's made it really dumbass simple. It's not rocket science. But if you'd like further help on this, then obviously this is what we do. We do Google ads and YouTube ads for estate agents. So yeah, if you're interested, then drop me a message. We can sort of help you, hone down more of a localized search volume for you, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. All right, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe and hit the bell notification. If you're watching this on my any other socials, then please do give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Drop me a message, just your town, and obviously we'll do you a little video like this to see whether it's worth you doing. But as you can see, there are people still doing Google searches every day of the week. Those outside the industry, not just estate agents. So anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.